When we think of U.S. presidential inaugurations, we usually imagine a grand outdoor ceremony at the U.S. Capitol. But history tells a different story. From unexpected deaths to wild weather, not all inaugurations happened there, or even outdoors. Let's explore six of the most unusual presidential inaugurations. We begin with the first. On April 30th, 1789, George Washington's inauguration took place. Not at the Capitol, not even in Washington, D.C. Instead, it happened at Federal Hall in New York City, the nation's first capital. Wearing a modest brown suit and standing on a balcony before a cheering crowd, Washington took the oath and kissed the Bible, setting a solemn precedent. He later confessed, "I walk on untrodden ground," capturing the weight of this historic moment. Fast forward to 1877, and we find the most secretive swearing-in of any president. Rutherford B. Hayes took the oath on March 3rd in the middle of the night inside the Red Room of the White House. Why? Because the 1876 election was the most contested in U.S. history. Fears of violence from Samuel Tilden's supporters and a backroom deal known as the Compromise of 1877 pushed Hayes into office. By 1945, America was at war. Franklin D. Roosevelt, elected for an unprecedented fourth term, held a simple ceremony at the White House's South Portico. Wartime austerity meant no parade, no fanfare, just FDR, a Bible, and a solemn oath. Roosevelt's speech was short. "In the days and nights to come, we shall strive for peace." 3 months later, FDR passed away, leaving behind a world still at war. Now, imagine this. Air Force One grounded at Love Field in Dallas. Just hours after John F. Kennedy's assassination, Lyndon B. Johnson stood in the cramped cabin and took the oath of office. With Jackie Kennedy beside him, still in her blood-stained dress, Johnson swore to faithfully execute the office of president. It was the first and only time a president was sworn in aboard an airplane, the tragedy casting a long shadow over the moment. Two presidents, Andrew Johnson in 1865 and Calvin Coolidge in 1923, took their oaths in private homes under the most unexpected conditions. Johnson's ceremony occurred at Kirkwood House in Washington after Abraham Lincoln's assassination. It was somber and rushed. Coolidge, however, was at his family's Vermont farmhouse when he learned of Warren G. Harding's death. By lamplight, his father, a notary public, administered the oath, making it the only swearing-in conducted by a president's parent. Finally, we come to the coldest inauguration in history. January 21st, 1985, saw temperatures of -2 degrees, with wind chills near -20. Ronald Reagan's second inauguration, planned for the Capitol's West Front, was moved indoors to the Capitol Rotunda. The outdoor parade was canceled, but Reagan's optimism shone through. "We are Americans. Let us ask that God's light may illuminate the way forward." It was a rare but wise decision to prioritize safety over tradition. So, the next time you imagine a president's inauguration, remember, it's not always on the Capitol steps. From airplanes to farmhouses, from secrecy to storms, history reminds us that the presidency adapts to the moment. Tradition bends, but the oath endures.